Hi friends, Tiffany here from @crafting4them. Today I'm going to share with you how I documented the first half of my week 1 for 2021. Stay tuned. Okay, what you'll see here is the left page of my week 1 layout for my 2021 Project Life album. I start with opening up the Project Life app and I click on Collage page. My default page is Design A. Here I am importing my Wilson Wilson Title Week card for week 1. This year I will be using the Wilson Wilson Yearbook Series 2021 for my entire project. Okay, so now I'm inputting my photos. I have made this layout already, so I know where these photos go, where I want them to go, but I'm just walking you through the process of inputting the pictures. I do work on iOS, so I have the ability to put all of my pictures in at once, which is nice. I wish that that would be an option for Android users as well. So here you can see I'm adding a photo that doesn't really fit in a 3x4 card, and I'm going to show you my workaround for that in just a moment. Also inputting my journaling card, my 4x6 journaling card. You can see here I'm messing with that picture to show you that in order to put both my daughter and I, it needs to be horizontal and more of a 4x6 rather than a 3x4. So I think what I do here is I insert a filler card from the yearbook collection, and then I'm going to show you what I do to work around photos not fitting exactly where you want them to go. And then I'm also going to use that same concept to add borders to a couple of photos. So I'm opening the Collage page Design A, and this is what I'm using for my 3x4 photos to add a border to. I have drop shadows turned off for this, and I'm putting in the photo of my son and I that I've already placed in the layout. I'm making sure that it's centered where I want it to go because I won't be able to edit it once I export it here. Always export it as a 12x12. I do, that gives you the option to make things bigger later. And I'm saving it to my library. And then I'm going to open back up another layout, and I'm going to go to Design D. And this is how I'm going to fix that problem of the photo of my daughter and I not fitting in the 3x4 slot. So I'm going to input that on this layout, and you can see it's not 4x6, it is 3x4, but it's just turned the other way. And I'm exporting that 12x12. Say yes, you'd like to export it anyway. And I'm going to do one more collage here. And I have 4 photos of my husband and I from the same evening that I want to use. So I scroll all the way down to Squared Away 2, which gives you all of those little squares in the middle. And really what I want is just those 4 squares right in the middle. So I open the photos. My husband and I are not in very many photos in my album. We just are usually taking photos of the kids, so we don't make it in much. So I definitely wanted to include these. So as I'm importing those, you just want to make sure that they're straight and lined up exactly where you want them to go. And I'm going to export this just as it is. Here you'll see I'm going to go back into my pages. I'm going to open up the one we were working on, and then I can import all of those collages that we just made. So I'm going to start with the photo of my daughter and I. And here you have the option. You can see I can move it around. I can put the white space at the top, at the bottom. For this specific layout, I chose the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to click on the image of my son and I, and I'm going to open up the recent photos, and I'm going to import the one that has the border. And this is a great technique to add borders to your photos. I really like using it. I use it quite frequently. The only problem with this is that there's not a quantitative way to size your photos. And by that, I just mean you can't exactly choose what size the photo is going to be, which makes it a problem if you're going to use two photos of the same orientation side by side. For me, I rarely do that. And when I do, I just kind of eyeball it. I'm okay with it not being perfect. But if that is something that's going to bother you, then this may not be the technique for you. Okay, so this bottom 4x6 card slot that's left is where I import the image of my husband and I, or the collage of my husband and I. And again, you can resize that to put the white space on the left or the right if you want to add journaling to that card. I'm not adding any journaling to this one specifically, but where we're at is my layout without the journaling. What I have been doing for journaling is using my computer to type the journaling and then emailing it to myself. This was a tip that I got from Becky Higgins' My Modern Story class, and it's great anytime you want to use a lot of journaling. So here you'll see that I import my journaling onto my layout, and this is the finished product. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram at Crafting for Them. I hope you enjoyed this little scrap with me. I will be back to scrap the right page of this layout soon.